Talking. What I'd like to talk about today is how to teach kids guitar. This is a big topic, and I intend to make a series of videos that can help guitar players teach young kids. So first of all, today I'm going to give you some hot tips on how to get started so that you can be successful at teaching guitar. Not only that, I also want to help those potential students who may get discouraged if you don't start out teaching the right way. But first of all, who am I to give advice? I was taught guitar in a formal way. I learned classical guitar in a school program, and I started at the age of 8, which I believe is generally the best age to start. I know you could start 7 or 6 or a bit later, but I think 8 is kind of the sweet spot to start learning guitar. Over the last 20 years, I've gained experience teaching guitar one-on-one to many young and to a few older students. So the approach to teaching young students must be different, and I'll explain that in a minute. So first, I want to explain that even though I was taught formally, I've taken many different approaches to teaching guitar. Mostly I was trying to appeal to what I thought the parents would like. And I tried starting out using a pick or a plectrum. I've also used electric guitar as a first instrument. And I bought and used a bunch of different guitar methods. And as a consequence to all this, I've actually lost students because I wasn't able to teach them effectively. And I also realized that the students who I taught 20 years ago didn't do as well as the ones who I've taught more recently. And that is because I have the experience. So what I'd like to go over right now is some of the biggest mistakes that you can make teaching kids. Thousands of people around the world are self-taught at playing guitar, and they think that they should teach their kids the way that they learned. Many people think that the best way to start teaching guitar is to start with chords first, because this may be how somebody learned. When you're teaching kids, you really want to have a proper approach and a very methodical approach so that you can introduce one idea after the other. This is my book, Guitar in Real Time, which I use for teaching. And this follows an approach of teaching the notes first and then teaching each string and starting very simply, using very simple melodies and also the approach to chords. So it has a combination of notes, chords, and even a composition section where, once they've learned a certain amount of information, they can apply that and even create their own music. And I also like to use a pick, and I show that typically if we're strumming chords, and also you can do single note picking too, which I also, there's a page on that in the book. Now, of course, there are many other books that you can use, but if you stick with me on this and you want to learn some more about how I teach, then I'm going to be using this book for examples. And I hope you'll do that, and I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, and I'll put a link down below once I get started with this series of videos, and you'll get to know about that as soon as I have that ready. So right now what I'd like to say is what I always say is I hope you'll stay tuned and look forward to seeing you soon. Talking.